We are making the objectively correct anime tier list. So, this is every anime that I have watched that I can remember. So this is the objectively correct anime tier list. If you disagree with any of this, you're wrong. I'm not going to start with Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I'm going to do Yu-Gi-Oh! Last. I think that would be because obviously I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh! Creator. So I'm going to do this one last. I'm going to do this last. Demon Slayer. Let's start with Demon Slayer. A lot of hype around the fact the movie's coming out this month? Next month? I don't know. Soon. So, where does Demon Slayer fall on the tier list? Where does it fall? I'm gonna give it a B. The first couple seasons are a bit slow. Entertainment District is one of the craziest things I've probably ever seen. And that honestly is probably what raises this up to a B. Swordsmith Village was kind of boring, but the entertainment arc was so good that I want to give this a B. I think this is appropriately placed. It's not super deep, but it's like fine. The action scenes, UFO table, Ufotable, I don't know how the fuck to say their name. As an animation studio, they do some crazy shit. And I'm very excited to see the movie when it comes out, because that's going to be a lot of fun. Next up, Record of Ragnarok. So if you're unfamiliar with this anime, this is one of the craziest fucking animes you'll ever watch. The whole plot, they are pitting humans against gods in one-on-one combat in like a giant coliseum. And it is like so fucking over the top and ridiculous. It's also not super deep, but the characters are so fucking funny. They'll resurrect like these people from the dead that are humans, like Nikolai Tesla and like all these weird fucking figures throughout like history in America, or not America, in like the world. And then they're going up against like fucking Poseidon and like all the like gods of the fucking world. So it's ridiculous. It's like I said, it's not very deep, but it's a fucking great show. It's like, it's just so ridiculous how like nuts it is. So if you've never seen it, give it a try. It's like, if you like history a lot, like I do, I think that's like the part I appreciate the most. I'm also going to give this a B. I think it's like not as good as Demon Slayer, but it's still pretty good. My Hero Academia. Oh, this is where the feathers are going to get ruffled. Oof. I'm not a My Hero fan. I'm sorry. Objectively, My Hero is not a good show. I'm sorry. It's I love All Might, but like everything else about the show it's not it. Now, in my defense, I have not finished watching it. I don't have any plans to finish watching it, which is also why it's in C. If it's not captivating for me to keep watching, then it's going to get hit in the ratings. But I wasn't incentivized to keep watching, if that makes sense. I've heard some of the last seasons are like crazy, but I feel like if a show has to take that long for it to be good, that definitely hurts the rating of it. Okay, continuing with ruffling the feathers, Boruto. Boruto. This did not hit. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might be our first D rating. I'm not gonna lie. Now, again, I've heard recent Boruto episodes can be crazy, but I remember we watched the first episode, or like the first like couple episodes, and I'm pretty sure either I or Brittany fell asleep. So I have to give it a D. I'm sorry. Dorito. Exactly. It's Dorito. That's good. Apothecary Diaries. So this was Brittany's show that inevitably, because I'm married to her, I also had to watch by default. But it's very cute. It's about this like apothecary girl, and it's like this love story. And it's set in like feudal Japan. It's fine. Brittany, I think, liked it more than I did. I don't hate it. I think I'd give it a B. Like I didn't mind it. There were some like very funny parts of the show, but it's fine. Death Parade. I fucking love Death Parade. I can't believe this show only has one season. This show fucking rocks. So if you've never seen Death Parade, the whole premise of this show is that when you die, you go to like purgatory in this bar, and the bartenders are like these arbiters that decide your fate, whether or not you go to heaven or hell. And there's two elevators that lead you to one place or the other. They have to play these like bar games to basically show their true character, to see like whether or not they deserve to go to heaven or hell. And sometimes it's just one person, sometimes it's like multiple people interacting with one another in the game. It's like an interesting take on Saw. If you like are a fan of the Saw movies, it's like anime Saw that has like a different sort of like angle to it. And again, the music fucking rocks. The whole just premise of the show is so fucking just great. Death Parade is a fucking A. Like, if you have not watched this, it's only like 8 episodes. There's no other seasons, which I cannot believe the show did not get like renewed or anything, because the show is so fucking good. This is like an underrated, like, if you don't know this show exists, you need to watch this. It's a super quick watch. You can watch the whole thing in a day, which is what I think Brittany and I did. It's so fucking good. The characters are incredible. Holy shit, watch the show. Hunter x Hunter. It's gotta be an A, man. It's gotta be an A. I love Hunter x Hunter. It's great. I will say, similar to some of the other shows, it does have a bit of a slow start, but the characters in the world are interesting enough that it carries through. And especially if you get to like the Chimera Ant arc, it can definitely be a bit slow there as well. But again, I think the characters and just the world building and everything is so interesting. I think it's an A. I'm so happy that he's also writing again, so we get like more of it, because it's not finished technically. But Hunter x Hunter fucking rocks. It's so good. The characters are just the characters in that show are fucking crazy. I love it. Meruem as a villain is so fucking complex and good. And the whole, I don't want to spoil it, but like, fuck, it's such a good fucking show. Oh my god. Death Note. You know, I'm gonna give Death Note an A. I'm not gonna lie. I was really into Death Note. The last season fucking sucks. We're gonna ignore the fact that the last season even exists. Because they got like a new director or a new writer or something, and the whole show just fucking got weird with the last season. But we're gonna ignore that. If we just look at good Death Note, I think it was a really good show. Because I remember we're like, oh yeah, this is good. And then we watched the last season and we're like, this sucks. This fucking sucks. Naruto, original Naruto. I think I've shipped it in here somewhere. But this is original Naruto. Original Naruto was cool. I liked it. I remember like it was on like Toonami and stuff as a kid, but like I never got to watch it like in order, because I wasn't like glued to the TV every weekend when the new episode of Naruto came out as a kid. But like watching it as an adult, I think was like way better, because I get to just watch it all out. I'm tempted like high B or low A. I think high B. I think high B. They could very easily be low A, but I think high B is appropriate. It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn fucking good. There's a reason I'm putting this at B. And we'll get to that when we get to Shippuden. Dragon Ball Daima. So I actually separated Dragon Ball to the different arcs because I feel like they're all different enough that it's actually worth doing. Daima was great. Daima was fun. I'll give it like a low B. It was fun. It was like a cute little show. It's very like Toriyama. It's very old school like Dragon Ball feels. It was cute. It was cute. It wasn't the best, but it was cute. Trinity Blood. So Trinity Blood, if you're unfamiliar, this is like a more obscure anime. So the plot behind this, it's set in like, it's really weird. It's kind of like well, they kind of go all over the fucking world, but they're mainly in Italy because it's like, it's kind of like about like Catholicism. So the whole premise is that they're in like medieval Europe, and it's like sci-fi though, to the extent that like they have like all these like crazy weapons and shit. So the premise is that there are vampires, but then there are vampires that can like live off of like killing other vampires. Krusnik? It's a Krusnik, I think. It's actually really fucking good. Oh my god, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, so like the first episode is like they're on this airship, and there's a vampire on the airship that's like killing everyone. And then the main character, who's a Krusnik who kills vampires to like feed off their blood, they have this like, he has a fucking scythe made out of blood, and that he just fucking slices them in half and just like feeds off of that. It's such like an interesting show. There's like no other show really like Trinity Blood. Is it A? I wouldn't say it's A. I would say it's like B. It was on Adult Swim, and that's when I saw that first episode, and I'm like, oh, this show fucking rocks. And then I told Brittany about it, and then she was like super into it because she loves vampires and anything like evil. So yeah, I think it's like a B. It's not like the craziest thing I've ever watched, but it's pretty good. Ranma 1.5. Oh my god, this show is so fucking funny. I think Ranma's like an A. I think Ranma's an A. Ranma's really fucking good. So it's this sort of like slice of life anime. Like the main character owns like a fighting dojo or something, and then like they get cursed, so then if they like splash water on them, they like transform. And it's very like slice of life, just like dumb shit happens, and the characters are like fucking ridiculous. It's very silly. It's a very like silly, laid back anime. And you can watch each episode like as its own. It's not like there is a plot, but like you can just get into it with any episode. It's such like an underrated show, I feel like. Oh boy, the feathers are gonna be ruffled here for sure. One Piece. One Piece is a C. This is gonna ruffle a lot of feathers. I already know. Let me explain. I like the theme of One Piece. I like the idea of One Piece. I watched, like, not even the first whole season. I watched the first few episodes, and I gotta be honest, it was not captivating. It did not pull me in. And I have heard with this show that it doesn't start getting good until like episode 600 or some shit. I am not sitting through 500 bad episodes to get to the good episodes. I'm sorry. That is a commitment that I'm not going to do. I can't do it. I'm sorry. You can say it's like the best thing ever when you get to the later end. The fact you have to sit through literal years of your life to get to that point, I can't do it. So that gets a C from me. JoJo. I'm gonna ruffle some more feathers with this one. C. Could not get into it. We actually watched a decent amount of this too. Could not get into it. Maybe it's a certain flavor that people like. Could not get into it. I actually think I think I liked it more than One Piece though. So One Piece is actually going down a bit. I'm putting My Hero down here actually. I think this is like the order. I've watched more of this and I still like this better. Dandadan! Oh my god, Dandadan's fucking insane, dude. Oh my god. How do I describe Dandadan? Dandadan's like the writers just took acid and just wrote. That's basically what Dandadan is. Oh my god. That is like, it is the acid trip the show, but holy shit, it is so fucking good. I'm gonna put it in A. I think I'm gonna put Dandadan in A. I'm gonna put Dandadan here. I will say the one thing I don't like about Dandadan, the one thing I don't like is that there's some scenes that are like kind of rapey, like more than like other shows are willing to do. And that always like kind of put me off. Like the first episode, like with the aliens, and then like the one episode where like she's in like the hot spring, like there's something about it that's like very discomforting. I don't know what it is, but it's like compared to some other shows when they do like some fan service type stuff, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. And that's like my biggest critique of it. They don't do it very often. There's only like 2 or 3 times that happens. But for people who know what I'm talking about, you might feel the same way. That just like, it just kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, but whatever. Shippuden! Shippuden's an A. Straight up. That's why I put regular Naruto at B. When we started actually watching Shippuden, I'm like, oh, this is like all the buildup in Naruto to get to this was so worth it. Shippuden's an A. Like the fact that they're like all grown up now, like Sasuke and Shippuden's fucking like great. This walked so this could run. That's how I feel. Like all the buildup from original Naruto so that Shippuden could be what it was, so worth it. So, and then it crashed and burned with Boruto, but that's okay. The end of Shippuden, I agree, similar to Death Note, sucked. I don't like, that was just kind of weird, but everything like leading up until that was really good. So I will agree. That's why these are like together. Dragon Ball Super. I think it's a B. I think it's a B. It's decent. I think I'd put it here. I remember like watching the scene with Kefla and Goku when he fucking does the thing with the fucking Kamehameha where he's like, he fucking like grinds the fucking beam like a rail and like broke the internet. I remember we were at like a Yu-Gi-Oh event and my friends and I were watching the new episode in our room. And like all of us when that happened were like fucking cheering. We're all like, yeah, fuck yeah. It was so funny. God, that fight alone was so fucking good. Holy shit. Yeah, like Super just has some moments that are like unforgettably good. And I think that definitely carries it for sure. Kakegurui? So this show is fucking outrageous. So this is just gambling the anime. The whole premise is like there's a school of people who are all degenerate gamblers. And they all just do all this crazy, these fucking games that are all just like gambling games. And then they do like all this shit to cheat and like just all this fucked up shit. Like it is so fucking mentally nuts. Gooner gambling. Yeah, that's... yeah, gooner gambling or gay girls gambling. Yeah, that's about right. I was into the show at first, and then it got, like, too much for me. I think I'm gonna put this, like, top of C. It's either, like, top C or, like, low B. I don't think it's... I'm gonna put it low B. I'm gonna put it low B. It is fucking ridiculous how, like, especially, like, you like card games and, like, just games in general... Kakegurui's really good. Assassination Classroom. So if you've never seen this is also more of like an obscure one. The whole premise is that they're literally training assassins like in a school. And this big tentacle fuck right here, he's like this alien, and the whole premise is they're trying to kill him, but he's their teacher. And like after so long, if they don't kill him, he'll like blow up the world. I think it was like a B. Like it was, I'd put it above like, I do it like this. It was like, I felt like there could have been more to it. It just felt very one-dimensional to me. But it was like, it was fine. It was fine. Okay. We're getting to the good stuff now. We're getting to the good stuff. Blue Lock. S. First S. If you say anything less than S, you are just fucking wrong about this show. Straight up. Blue Lock is fucking crazy. Blue Lock is so fucking good. There are very few shows that I have been like so into. Blue Lock is so fucking good. So the premise of this show is that it's a soccer anime, which on the surface doesn't sound very interesting. But the best character in the fucking show, whose name is Ego, his whole goal is to find like the best player in the world, essentially, and make it so that Japan actually has relevancy in the soccer world. So he pits them all against each other in these like, they're not like they're gonna die or anything, but they put them in these situations that are going to like force them to like either like team up with other people or like betray other people and shit like that. And the characters are just so good. It's also like, you know, if you kind of like your like gay men sort of thing, it's like there are some moments that are a bit like, you know, that are like that. So like, you know, if you're one of the 3% of like females watching, or if you're just, you know, you're homoerotic, right? You know, there's some tension there, but holy shit, this show is so fucking good. I cannot wait till they make the next season of this. I don't know if the manga is like already ahead anyway. It's so good. I will agree that the second season was not as good, but it introduced some really cool characters. Like you get to see like Reen's brother, fucking Haikyuu, is that his name? The guy with the fucking purple hair who's like a daddy. And then like the new season, they're bringing back like the old characters. Like, oh my God, for the fucking Neo Egoist League. Like it's a fucking trip. This show is so fucking good. Season 2 was literally a slideshow. I agree. That could have been better, but it doesn't take away from how good this is for me. Sailor Moon. I had to watch this alongside my wife because this was more her thing, but I still watched it anyway. It was fine. It was cute. It was like whatever. I'd give it like a high C. Like it was fine. It was cute. It didn't have a lot of depth to it, but it was, you know, it was fine. It was fine. Psycho-Pass. We didn't watch this to completion. We got like we got a decent way through. Very interesting show, especially from like a greater like authoritarianism perspective and like things like that. And it's like if the whole world was run like fucking Singapore, that's basically what Psycho-Pass would be. I think it's a B. I think it's a B. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not like, it doesn't like captivate me as much as like some other anime do, but it's like a good watch. It's a good watch. Spy Family. Spy Family's an A, straight up. Spy Family is so fucking good. I'm gonna put it here, actually. Spy Family is adorable. It is so fucking adorable. So the plot for this, if you're unaware, this is a pretty popular one, though. The plot of this is that both of the parents here, Lloyd is like a fucking secret agent for like the government, and she's like a former assassin, basically. I forget if she's like still actually an assassin, but she is an assassin in some regard. And then Anya's a telepath, so she can read their thoughts at all times, but they don't know what each other's jobs is. Like, he doesn't know she's an assassin, and she doesn't know he's like works for the government, basically. But it's very like slice of life, very cute. But then there's also like all these very intense scenes of them like going up against like all these like ridiculous characters. But it's very good. It's very good. I would recommend this show to a lot of people. It's very cute. He's just a wife guy. Yeah, apparently. Cowboy Bebop is next. This one's tough. The soundtrack is an S. 100% I agree. Cowboy Bebop's soundtrack is an S. The show itself, I think it's a B. It's a B. It's a B. It's not a bad show. It's if you're into like a lot of like sci-fi, and the music is insane though. I will give you that. The music is great. The music's fantastic in that show. And that's honestly that's what makes the show. I feel like if you remove the soundtrack from Cowboy Bebop, it's not as good. So I don't think I can give it like an A based off of that. I think it's a pretty like high B though, I would say. Oh boy, Attack on Titan. Oh boy, I'm gonna get death threats for this one. This show sucks. Ruxin, I hope you're in chat right now. This show sucks. I watched the first episode of this show multiple times to try to get into it. I think I fell asleep every time I watched the first episode of this. This show is not good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like, this show is not good. It is not good in the slightest. I don't care what you say. This show is not good. Ruxin is like the Attack on Titan stan. Like, he was trying to convince me so hard that this show, I refuse to believe him. It's not good. It's not good. That might be the lowest rated thing on here. Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist. Fullmetal Alchemist. Brotherhood specifically. S tier. Best anime. I don't care. You're all gonna fucking drag me through the coals. It is objectively the best anime, just straight up. Like, if it wasn't for Full Metal, I don't think most people would have even gotten into anime in the West. It is like the classic. It is so good. It's not too long. It's not too short. Every episode is just fucking great. It's the best show. I have rewatched this show like multiple times. It's great. It's fucking just, it is like the perfect anime. I'm sorry. Like, you can't deny the impact that this show had on just, like, anime in general. It's so good. And honestly, the animation still holds up pretty well, considering it's, like, 20-something years old at this point. Fullmetal Alchemist, not Brotherhood. This is high A. This is high A. It is not as good as Brotherhood, but I don't think people give this one enough credit for what it does add. For instance, it adds a lot of, like, the lore of some things in Brotherhood that they only briefly touch on. There's actual full episodes of some things in non-Brotherhood that this made a full episode for. And you could argue that that's filler, but I think it's, like, at least good to know, like, sort of, like, that backstory. Also, the homunculi in non-Brotherhood are better villains than in Brotherhood. Because in Brotherhood, they're just, like, your typical, oh, we're trying to take over the world nonsense, like, you know, typical bullshit, right? Non-Brotherhood's homunculi have so much more depth as characters because their motives aren't solely just, like, world domination. They have other, like, dimension to them that makes them much more interesting villains. And I wish Brotherhood did that. Like, I think that was, like, a much more well-done job in non-Brotherhood than actual Brotherhood. So, like, if you took some of the good of non-Brotherhood and put it into Brotherhood, I think, like, this would, like, it already is, like, the best anime, just straight up. I think it would be the best one, like, by even further, if they added some of the stuff that they took from the non-manga version. Pokemon! Pokemon's an anime, right? I figured I had to put it on here. This is kind of like all Pokemon, because I've seen, like, I remember I watched Indigo League, and then I forget, I think I watched, like, some of JoJo, some of, like, all the other ones. There's too many fucking seasons of Pokemon. So this, unlike Brotherhood, me splitting it up, this is just all Pokemon, like, just straight up. It's like a B. Like, it's fine. There's cute moments. There's some hype moments. It's kind of slow, though. There's a lot of, like, random filler shit, too. It's fine. It's fine. And this is, like, how we should look. We have a nice little curve going on here, right? It's fine. I think I'd put it, I put it, like, here. I put it there. Yeah, that's fair. B for Butterfree, exactly. Ghost in the Shell. I fucking love Ghost in the Shell, dude. Oh, man. Ghost in the Shell fucking rocks. I'm gonna give it an A tier. I'm gonna give it A. I don't think it's S. I don't think it's S. It isn't without its flaws. It isn't without its flaws, but it's good. It's good. I think I'd put it like, I'd put it like here. Haikyuu. So admittedly for this one, I did not finish the show. So my rating is going to be based on what I have seen. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think Blue Lock is infinitely better, and I think that's the problem is I watched this first, and it skewed my perception for what a sports anime should be. It may even be like low, it might even be like high C, to be honest. But again, I haven't finished it, so it might get way better. It might get way better, but like where we're at now, it's kind of like fine. It's kind of just whatever. Rent a Girlfriend. Okay, chat. I don't know how the fuck we ended up watching this show. I don't know if Brittany recommended it or like she's like, oh, let's watch this or something like that. This sounds cute. I do not remember how we ended up watching this show. Holy shit. This show, just no. just no. It is so typically Gooner. It is just not it. It is just not it. That show, fuck. I don't know. And we actually watched like a season of it somehow. We were like, no, maybe it gets better. Nope. Nope. I honestly could make a custom tier for it, but I still think it's better than Attack on Titan. If you're a gooner, you'll like it, but no, I was not a fan. Not a fan. I don't even think Gage could stomach it. Poor Gage. Violet Evergarden. Very interesting show. Very interesting show. Kind of similar to like, you know, like your My Happy Marriage and like shows like that. It's also very like Fullmetal Alchemist skinned. Because, like, the girl has, like, an automail arm and stuff. There's definitely, like, some inspiration from Full Metal in this show. And I think that's why it's, like, partially good. I think I'll give it a B. I don't think it's A material. I think it goes, like, here. It was a pretty decent show. It was a pretty decent show. I think it could go in A, but I think B is like, appropriate for it. It is kind of slow. It is kind of slow. I think that's my biggest issue with it. But aside from that, I think it's a pretty good show. Dragon Ball Z. You may notice that Dragon Ball is not on here. I did not watch a ton of Dragon Ball. I watched a little bit, but not like it from start to finish. But Dragon Ball Z is like what I grew up on. I want to give this an A. I'm not gonna lie. I really want to give this an A. It's such a classic. It's such a classic. It's so hard to like argue with it. Yuri on Ice. Okay, so if you've never seen this show, it is an ice skating anime. It is very much your typical, like, the student is being taught by a teacher and trying to get to, like, you know, the highest rungs of the ice skating world. It's also very gay. So if you're into that, it is very gay. Which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. But it's like, if you're into that, you will really love this show. So this was Brittany's watching because she used to be a competitive ice skater. At first, I was, like, apprehensive. I'm not gonna lie. But then, like, as we kept watching it, it's actually pretty damn fucking good. It's not an S, at least for me. Brittany would have this here. Just straight up, Brittany would have this at the top of the tier list. Like, no, this is her favorite anime by far. I do not think anything's going to eclipse it unless they make another skating anime specifically. I think I put it at, like, the bottom of A. It was not, like, my favorite thing ever, but it was way better than I expected it to be. It is very good. Exceptionally good at, like, replicating the skating world. So if you're, like, interested in skating at all, like, definitely check it out. Oh, boy. Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen should start with a C instead of a K, because that's where it's going. Okay, here's my story with Jujutsu Kaisen. I really, really wanted to like this show. The characters were cool, but holy shit, is this show a fucking train wreck. I kept watching just, like, because it was a train wreck, because I was hoping there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. And we didn't even get to the fucking tunnel, bro. Like, holy shit. This show, it's so unfortunate. It's so, because, like, the characters are so good, but they don't, like, capitalize on the fact that their characters are so good. Oh, my God. The story is just so bad. It's so bad. And I wanted it to get better. I watched this show to completion. I really, really wanted this show to get better. I really did. I gave it as many chances as I could. And each week, I would walk away fucking disappointed that it was just the same shit over and over and over again. Oh my God. I really wanted this show to be good because it's like, it had so much potential. It had so much potential, but like, it just did not live up to the hype. Will I watch season 3 that's airing in January? Probably, because I want it to redeem itself. Like, I want there to be a point with the show that it's like, this is like the payoff, right? And it's just like, I don't feel like that's gonna fucking exist. And it's so frustrating because the characters are so fucking good. The animation, aside from the fucking last season, is also like good. Like, they have like the best ingredients for a fucking soup. And then they're fucking putting it in sewer water. That is basically Jujutsu Kaisen in a nutshell. This show frustrates me to no end because of like how good it could be, and it's just not. And I don't know how to, like, you can't like remedy that. Like, if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, Dandadan is just better Jujutsu Kaisen in like every fucking conceivable way. Like, I'm sorry, it basically is, right? The fucking grandma's Gojo, the fucking it's Dandadan is just literally like by far and away better Jujutsu. Dandadan is what Jujutsu Kaisen should have been, and it's not. Just straight up. Straight up. The Way of the Househusband. I don't fucking remember the name of this. This show is fucking ridiculous. So the plot of this is that this guy is a former Yakuza, but now he's just a house husband. And so it's animated in a very interesting way. It's almost like they took just like the manga and sort of like animated the manga in the sense that it's like they cut the pieces of the manga out. It's almost like very comic book style, the way that the anime is presented, but it's still like voiced over and stuff. It's very fucking funny. It's very funny. Is it like the best thing I've ever watched? No, but like it's a good slice of life, good for a laugh, like kind of goofy show. I'd give it like a low B. Like it's again, it's like fine. It's whatever. Didn't like captivate me like other shows did, but it was like I think Brittany got on it first, and then I started watching it with her, and it's cute. It's cute. InuYasha. It's good. It's you know, it's if you like, you know, your typical fantasy like demon slaying typical. It's kind of like old Demon Slayer, right? You know, it's like it's funny. It has its like, you know, quip moments and things like that. I think it's a B. I think it's fine. I think Demon Slayer is just modern InuYasha, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of similarities, if you think about it. Yakuza Fiance, thank you. This show is very funny. The animation is not particularly good on this show, so if you're a stickler for that, you're not going to like this show. But the actual, like, story of this is very funny. I definitely like it better than the Yakuza Househusband one, for sure. I'm going to go, like, here. It's fine. I'm not, like, you know, like, rushing home to watch it when a new episode's out. I think it's also done anyway, but... Kaguya Love is War. Fucking S tier. This is one of the fucking greatest shows I've ever watched in my fucking life. This show is so fucking good. It is unbelievable. So if you've never seen Kaguya Love is War, let me sell you on this and make sure that you watch this. The whole premise of this show is that there are two high schoolers and they are trying to get the other person to confess their love for one another because they both have crushes on each other. The entire show basically takes place in one room. Each episode is like 3 little mini episodes, if that makes sense. And in each of these like little like 10-minute episodes, it is just them doing the most ridiculous shit to try to trap the other person into confessing their love for the other person. And there's a narrator on top of all this that is the funniest fucking narrator I have ever heard in a show in my life. This is the whole show. Like, that's all it is. And I may have, like, oversimplified it. But this is, I am not joking, one of the funniest fucking things you will ever watch in your life. I remember the first time I watched this. I've watched it multiple times now. The first time I watched this show, I was fucking cackling because of how funny some of the shit they do in this show is. It is unreal how good it is. And I remember, like, when we first went into it, I was not expecting much. And we binge watched the whole fucking thing as soon as we started it because it is so fucking funny. It is, like I said, I think this is one of the funniest things I've ever watched in my life. And I will always go back to it. Or like when people come over, fucking Ruxin was at my house. And I'm like, we were just hanging out. And I was like, let me show you this show. Ruxin was fucking like on the floor laughing. I'm not joking. Like he was like in tears. It is so fucking good. It is so good. It says a lot that it's up here next to fucking Fullmetal. That's all I'm gonna say. If you have not watched this show, fucking clear your schedule or like this upcoming weekend, fucking watch it. I am not joking. You will come away like a better person for watching this show. It is so hilarious. It is so cute. It is like, it's not like fan servicey at all. There's like maybe one episode that's like fan servicey. But oh my God, I am the biggest Kaguya stan of all time. Like, I will defend this show to the fucking ground. This show is so fucking good. Speaking of great shows, Sakamoto Days. Who has been watching Sakamoto Days? So Sakamoto Days is a new anime. It's relatively new. It's on Netflix. I think Netflix actually animates it, so it might be a Netflix exclusive anime. This show is fucking S tier. I'm sorry. This show is fucking insane. So, okay, so a lot of you haven't seen this show. The plot of this show is that the guy in the photo, Sakamoto, he used to be a former assassin. He, like, met the love of his life who works a convenience store. So he married her and gave up being an assassin. And then he got super fat because all he does is eat, like, ramen and, like, all the junk food in the convenience store. And the plot is that these other assassins put out a hit on Sakamoto. So they're all trying to kill him, but he's like a fucking god. And if he So it's just so funny because like he has this like blubbering chin, and like the whole time they're like animating the chin to go like all over the fucking place. It's so funny. So there's like this comic relief aspect, but then the fucking characters and the fight scenes in this show are fucking unbelievable. It is so ridiculous how good the characters are and the fights are in this show. So what's funny is the longer Sakamoto fights, eventually he fights so much that he loses all of his fat and becomes like hot. He becomes like a daddy. And then he immediately gets it back because as soon as he like finishes fighting, he goes back to eating a bunch of fucking food. And so then like the next scene, he's like fat again. It's so fucking funny. It is... I am looking, it's still coming out like episode by episode every Monday on Netflix. This is like what I look forward to on Monday. Like yesterday, after we finished the subathon stream, I went, cooked dinner, and we watched Sakamoto Days because the newest episode was out. It's so good. It is so good. John Fatwick. That is exactly what this show is. That is literally what the show is. And it's like, the fight scenes are amazing. The characters are so, so good. And it's so funny because he's horrified of his wife. He's like deathly scared of his wife. Even though he's like the best assassin the world has ever seen. He will quiver in fear if his wife is mad. It's so adorable. It's so fucking good. So finally, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime. Where is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player going to put Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime? And for record, I watched all of Duel Monsters, like all the way through to like Dawn of the Duel. I watched like half of GX, I want to say, and that is where the end of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Watching was. I did not watch 5Ds. I did not watch Zexal. I did not watch, I think I tried watching a little bit of Reigns, but I just like couldn't get into it. So this, for the most part, is just going to be like original Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe some GX mixed in for context here. Okay. Where is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player going to put the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime? This is probably going to piss a lot of you off. I'm not going to lie. I'm putting it in C. It's so fun. Okay, so let me give you context here. Brittany wanted to like understand Yu-Gi-Oh! More because she was like not a nerd. She's like not into any of this. Okay. So she wanted to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime to try to like, you know, to like get it, right? And so I rewatched it with her because I'm like, oh yeah, I'll rewatch it with you. Sure. So we watched the whole thing. Like we watched Duel Monsters, we watched Battle City. I skipped to the filler arc, so we just went straight to like Dawn of the Duel. So we did like all the canon stuff. And as I was like watching it, like rewatching it, I'm like, you know, as a kid, this seemed like the coolest shit ever. But now that I'm an adult, this show kind of sucks. I think it's like as a kid, because it was so fantastical, we thought it was better than it actually is. But like looking at it with a more critical eye, especially compared to like everything else we have on here, it's kind of below average, to be honest. It's not really like that deep. It's just like, it's different. And then maybe that's just because we age and it doesn't hit the same anymore. I don't know, but I think someone said C for correct. Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, it is, and you're actually just posting this in chat right now, I see you, Looney. It was a show designed to sell people cards, right? That was the whole literal reason that the show, like, granted, they made the manga and then, like, the cards came after, right? But, like, they brought it over to the US, dubbed it and everything, so that they could sell gambling to kids legally, essentially. So it didn't really need to have a lot of depth. It just needed to get you so excited to, like, buy the cards because that was, like, the MO, you know? And honestly, like, because of all the dubbing and everything, too, that just makes it way worse. Like, if it was actually presented to us in the original form, it probably would have been a lot better. Like, I may have rated it like a B. But if we're going based off the 4Kids original anime, it's not very good. Like, I'm sorry. If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh! Lover, like, and you might, like, have a different opinion of me after me rating Yu-Gi-Oh! Like this. I remember Ruxin was, like, appalled that I did this. But you rewatch it, it's like, it's kind of mid. It's kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of mid. And again, I think just as a kid, you know, you see the Blue Eyes White Dragon and you see, like, all this crazy shit. And your brain hasn't fully developed, so the neurons start firing. And, you know, a lot of us play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of the nostalgia, right? Because it, like, makes us feel good. Like, the manga was, like, really fucking good. Like, when you're getting to all, like, the violent shit that they just, like, don't give us in the actual anime. Like, if I had the manga on here, the manga would be, like, fucking A, probably. Because the manga's insane. It's so good. And it sucks that we just kind of got deprived of that experience, like, publicly. Like, if you knew to, like, how to find, like, the anime online or, like, the manga, like, to get them from Japan, you have a completely different, like, view of how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. I see a lot of people saying that 5Ds is good. I've heard that that's supposedly the case, but I haven't watched it, so I can't say. And so that's it. That is the objectively correct anime tier list. If you say anything else about this, you are wrong. This is obviously only everything I've watched. I've not watched everything. Obviously, there's some big ones I haven't seen yet, but obviously I don't have, like, infinite time to watch it. So, pretty decent collection overall. We got a nice little curve here, which is, I think, what we want out of a tier list. I think that's pretty well balanced. But, yeah. Maybe we'll do an updated one in the future when I watch more stuff, and then I can add more stuff to it. Or maybe I'll have different opinions about some of these shows. But I feel pretty good about this. I didn't expect, like, to know where different things were going to go when I first got into this. So it's I think looking at it, it's actually pretty accurate in terms of my likes and dislikes. So except for Attack on Titan, that needs its own tier below D for F. But that's fine. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little segment. I thought it was fun to do. And yeah, we'll see you next time.